Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Y'all know it's my favorite day of the week. And that is my self-care day. Okay. So let's get into the day. I'm just making sure everything is working here on my end. Let me see if we have some sound. Let's see here. Do we have sound? Yes, we have sound. All right, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, y'all, today is such a special day. If y'all saw last night our pre-kickoff party, Love Within, that panel conversation, y'all, it was good. When I tell you it was good, it was good with a T. It was good. All right. Y'all know I always forget to introduce myself because I already think that y'all all know me, but I know we are streaming on so many platforms on today, from LinkedIn to Instagram. All right, I'm gonna try to stay in the screen, Instagram. We're on YouTube, all of our Facebook groups. We are up in there. So I am so excited about that. And I just want to make sure that you get an opportunity to experience what it's like to be in the community lounge and a part of the experience of self-care. What does that look like? We have a community that is designed for self-care to bring amazing people like I'm about to bring on in just a little bit, that is out there like myself advocating for the need, right, to be able to have safe spaces in which we can heal. And I want to continue to do that. And so, if you don't know me, my name is LaDavia. I am a naturopathic Reiki master therapist and mental health professional. I am from good old South in Louisiana, but I reside here in Las Vegas, Nevada. My mission and vision is to create safe spaces so that busy professionals can heal naturally. I am a fibroid warrior, survivor, okay? And I have been in the industry a long time working in mental health, counseling, you name it, a lot of street outreach, nonprofit, corporate America. And my mission is to help others heal. I've gone on my own journey and I know what it's like to be alone in the journey. I also know what it's like not to know anything about self care. And so today is all about self care. And this is our Super Saturday self-care shopping extravaganza. So last night you saw the panelists. We're going to have some new ones on today as well, talking about their products and services. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we have this feed out to all of our broadcasts and everything is working properly. Go ahead, sit back, relax, enjoy this music, y'all. If y'all want to know, the website is belowthewayoflife.com. You know, it's always important, especially on this Saturday morning, how we start our day, what we are putting in. Okay, that's very important. So let's rock out to this music. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, let's go. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, let's go. Shoo-da-da-do-da-do. Oh, oh. Shoo-da-da-do-da-do. Oh, oh. Shoo-da-da-do-da-do. Oh, oh. Shoo-da-da-do-da-do. Oh, oh. Excuse me, mother. There's something on my mind and I must confess so I can get access. You're divine, I wanna possess.
And I'm trying to say this prayer with finesse. And I won't take nothing that's not mine, but I want the time and promise that's mine and nothing less. I promise I will be the best. And mother, I ain't talking mess. Can we make this prayer tonight? Get the blessings dropping off tonight. With your secrets coming live tonight. We make this prayer tonight. Bring your staff and candlelight and give your messages to leave my body right. I'll obey and do all you like. Yeah, yeah. I'ma feel your presence as soon as you walk in the room. Yeah, I'll have the candles on my mind burning while the waters of my soul running and the music of my heart playing. There'll be no disobeying your presence. I'm gonna stay in. Outside of me, your blessings keep it raining, and that's so cool. It causes me to draw you closer and hold your words tighter, and I'll say what you say to. Ooh, let's take this time for praying, and then we make it last till morning. We'll be touching, agreeing, and we fasting, speaking. So now, God, can we gotta do the honor? Won't you should gotta do the garden. Let's take this time for praying. Let's take this time for praying. And then we make it last till morning. We'll be touching, agreeing, and we fasting. And we so now, God, can we make this prayer tonight? Get the blessing. I want your blessings to your secrets coming live tonight.
If we haven't done so, let's share out this broadcast.
And give your messages to leave.
Let's share out this broadcast. If you haven't done so already, let's share it out. Let's share it out. It's Saturday morning. I hope that has put a little spunk in you, have encouraged you to get some self-care in. If I can't do it, maybe some of these ladies will be able to assist you on today, okay? If you want the website to where that music is, last night we listened to the Divine Love album. Tonight, or today, this morning, you got a little piece of the Intimate Experience, right? And I'm going to continue dropping a little bit more for you as well. So again, welcome to our Super Saturday self-care shopping extravaganza. And I can't wait to do some shopping myself on today. Saturdays are always a good day to get some shopping in. But as we enter this day, a month, should I say, of love, it's important that we cater to ourselves. We don't just keep sitting there in expectation, waiting for others to do for us what we can do for ourselves. And so as we go ahead and prepare for this session, it is Monday morning. It's a perfect opportunity to just reflect. And so I just want to do a quick little reflection with you. Find your comfortable position if you can, a comfortable place. You can even stand and do this. And I want you to just gently close your eyes, and I want you just to soften your body, soften your face, your cheekbones, soften your shoulders. You know, this is the place where many of us carry all of that stress in there. So go ahead and soften that area as well. And I want you just to focus on your posture, because it's so very important as we go into the rest of our day, just making sure that we are in alignment with everything that is around us. Okay. And I want you to start with just some cleansing breath, 3 deep breaths, just inhaling, filling up your body with air, exhaling, releasing any lingering stress. Like I said, that stress that builds up there, you can feel it throughout your week. And so I just want you to get loose with it. Allow your body to flow as you continue to breathe, inhaling, exhaling, loosen up, loosen up. One last time, inhale, Exhale out, continuing to allow your body to acknowledge the moment, just prioritizing yourself, allowing yourself to feel what feels right. And so if you're in a position that's uncomfortable, put yourself in a better position and allow yourself to continue to do this throughout the day. As you continue to breathe, I want you to just think about this past week, and I want you to think, have you prioritized yourself this week? Okay. And if not, say, this is the time that I'm going to designate to do this. And if you're watching the replay, designate a time to do this. When is your time going to be for self care? Okay. Remember that self care is not just a single action. We talked about that last night. It's a lifestyle. You have to make this your lifestyle. Okay. And so just acknowledge yourself for being able to just do these breathing activities to reflect upon this past week and how you're going to move forward taking care of you, because you are so very important. You are so special, and you only have this one vessel. So you definitely have to take care of it. As you go into this exercise and continue to just ground yourself, I just want you to be aware of your commitment to self care, remembering that this is a time for peace. It's not time for any distractions. It's time for you to be able to tap back into your true self. You remember when it used to feel good? Whenever you laughed and it actually felt like a laugh. You remember the time when you did things and you felt light, that childlike spirit again. Keep that in mind as you reflect upon this time, going through today, listening to all of our special guests and trying to identify what is it for you that you can incorporate into your lifestyle to where now self-care is indeed a lifestyle. Okay. So I hope that helps you, that puts you in a great place. Find you something good to sip on. I always say how you start, right? How you start is how you're going to fit. So if you put some things inside of you that's feeling good, you're feeling good after it. So look, I have mine right here, and I'll tell you about it in just a few minutes. Cheers. Y'all know me. I am a true sipologist, honey. So I am always gonna have something good to sip on. But let's go ahead on and bring in my very special guest to the stage. And I'll allow her to introduce herself to you. But I'm just gonna say this, okay? If you ever needed a safe place, right? Okay, to go to where you have an abundance of resources in one place, all right? And not just, the soil has to be good, but this soil again is good with a T. It's good soil. And this queen has a story, and it's a reason why she started what she started. I'm going to go ahead on and bring her up on the stage. Cece, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Can hear you okay. Welcome, welcome. Are you on the road?
Girl, yes, I am on the road.
I love it. Well, welcome, welcome to our Super Saturday self care shopping extravaganza.
Yes, thank you for having me. I am so excited about this new year, this new season, this new chapter, not only for me, but for everybody. And the thing is, like you said, that self care is truly, truly needed. It is a must in 2026. Like you say, I am the owner and founder of Black Girl Therapy Global, and we are global. We have women all across the nation, across the world. And I'm just so excited about this community being able to help each lady going through something to be able to identify that you're not by yourself, and how they can come up from that rut, how they can come up from where started from the bottom, now I'm here, that area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
That's
so
right.
excited about the next. I'm so excited about the women and that mission that God has blessed me with when I was going through what I was going through on my own terms, and how this community got started just 3 years ago. So, yes,
Wow.
25,000 women, and we're still growing. So, I'm super excited to be a part and have you on top of that to be a part of that. I am the owner of BG Beyond Logistics and RC Williams Transport, which is a logistics company. I drive cross country. I also teach logistics as well. And a part of that self care, a lot of truck drivers and a lot of people that have busy schedules don't have time for themselves, don't make the time. And here's the thing, in the trucking industry, they tell you that the trucking industry, I believe, is the second or the third most highest cause of death. Truck drivers or people that sit at desks or drive for a living don't get that blood circulation, don't walk, don't exercise, don't eat healthy. Um, and when you speak about self care, it's a must. You have to be able to park that truck. You have to be able to park that bus. You have to be able to park whatever and stand up, move around, walk, or either like some of the luxuries, some of the product that I happen to use to help me, like you were saying, being able to release that tension that's in your arms or in your neck area, because dealing with the snow, dealing with the weather, dealing with crazy drivers, the inclement weather, whatever, the long hours, your body will tighten up, stiff up, and next thing you know, it will shut down if you don't take care of it.
Yes, you are so right about that. My goodness. My goodness. Well, I'm so happy to have you here. And y'all heard that she gave us a mouthful of the things that she do, but being that you have a global organization and she's out
Mhm.
there, y'all, in these global streets, okay? That's huge. Okay, that's huge because not only, again, as we discussed last night, she's talking the talk, she is walking a walk, and she knows what goes on, even with the logistics side. She knows what goes on, and the the trauma, the body. I always talk about that with my clients, just in general, how you just
Uh-oh, I think my signal is dropping. I can't hear you anymore.
the feet a little bit.
Okay.
How's the weather out there?
Snowy.
Oh my
It
goodness.
it's snowing where I'm at. We left Oklahoma yesterday, and we've been in snow headed to the East Coast, and the flurries is coming down. The roads is all snowed, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, but it's beautiful to look at, but it's definitely, a lot of snow. And I'm
That's
a
a lot of
Floridian,
snow.
so I don't do very well with that, okay? But
You
I've
will
been doing
definitely
this for
be careful on that road.
yes, I've been doing this for over 28 years. So, and I
Wow.
am truly passionate about it. From being a driver to owning my own trucks. S trucks. And then on top of that, being able to teach the logistics side of it, dispatch as well, teach dispatching. So, but I'm so excited about this new season. Yes. And another thing is that with this weather, the way it's so cold and everything else, listen, I had to jump in already. Let me tell you something right here. I have this massage crane. I'll
Mm.
tell you about that later, child. Let go ahead, because I start talking.
All right now. I'm all ears when she said, "Oh, I got this thing right here." I'm like, "What you got, girl? What you got?" Yes,
Yes,
indeed. But
yes,
yeah,
yes.
let's definitely save that. Let's save that, honey. And so, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna go ahead and get me something to drink right quick. I'm gonna sip on this. But I want to just transition into that because again, we're talking about self-care. We're talking about the importance of that. And again, when you are um in an environment where you have no control over things. That's what I always say. You can only have control over so many things in your home as much as you can. You can control that environment, but there's still outside air that comes in. Okay. But when you are on the outside, you have to really put some things in place in order
That's
for you
right.
to protect yourself from those environments. But let's go a little deeper into that, because you mentioned a global organization, okay, Black Girl Therapy. You
Yes.
mentioned,
Mhm.
having a worldwide logistics and transportation company. You mentioned all of that. But nobody just really just wakes up and say, I'm going to start a national organization, right? For Black women in
Mhm.
therapy. And I'm going to go ahead and start, a worldwide logistics company. And I'm, going to just do these things without having a story. Everyone has a story. And so do you mind just sharing with us, what's your story? What's the reasoning for all of this that you're doing and continue to do?
Oh Lord. The struggle. The story was struggle. The story was I was tired of struggling. The story was that I was looking for direction. The story was I wanted peace. The story was is that I was crying out. And like you ladies said last night, faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith, but yet and still you got to be able to put in and do the work, and that is biblical. And the thing is that one night, about 2 a.m., I had another community called Divas by the Man. And of course, the word diva, a lot of people, if you Google it, you'll find out what it means. I'm not going to say what it means, but you'll find out. And it was not a successful um, community. It was a community, but it was a community of drama. And I had cried and I had prayed and I was going through my own battles dealing with lupus. A lot of people don't know I battle with lupus. I am a lupus warrior, a lupus survivor. I am also an ordained minister. I also have a doctorate in theology, and I had prayed and was asking God, to give me direction, what to do. I've recently started seeing a therapist, and he showed me there was so many women that are just like me that needed guidance, that needed help, that needed that reassurance, that understanding. And now being able to say, girl, I got you. I hear you. I might can't help you financially, but guess what? It will get better at the end of the day. So now, that's how Black Girl Therapy came about. Black Girl Therapy, we have several doctors and therapists and coaches that's in this community to be able to assist and help women that are going through trauma. I was going through a lot. From 2021, I had so many different things that had hit me. Separation from my marriage, and then we're working on us, and so many different things. Life happened, but being obedient to the word of God, you have to like submit yourself, not only submit yourself to your spouse or him submitting himself, you have to submit yourself to Christ. And you have to say, okay, guess what? You're putting me in a uncomfortable situation. There is nothing perfect out here, and God will put you in an uncomfortable situation so you can be able to elevate. And it's not for you, it's for him. It's for that other CC. It's for that other Ladonna. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this community got started at 2 a.m. in the wee early mornings, just crying and praying and praising God. And the first we had, the first day it was 100 to 4,000 at the end of that week. And then within 3 months we had like over 20,000, and it was just great. And watching the women come in and get the assistance that they need, that's the part that I'm so thankful for. Being able to help another woman, being able to help her elevate and see her worth, because baby, you are so powerful. The Bible say a woman is more precious than any ruby or stone. And we have to be able to understand who we are and the authority that we have and walk in that. So I want to be able to not only share my story, but share healing with another woman. And that's why this community came about.
Well, I thank you so much for sharing that. And I just say salute to you. Salute to you. You know, we all have a choice in reference to what we do with our pain. We have a choice
Mhm.
to sit and soak in it, and we have a choice in order to take it, twist it around, turn it, and make some great, refreshing lemonade or some
That's
good
right.
tea, right? But the fact that you made a decision to do something different and really put aside the hurt, put aside the pain, put aside the struggle, you know, that's a selfless thing to do. And so I applaud you for that. I appreciate all that you do. And I am so grateful to be a part of this global organization, to be one of the coaches in there now. We'll be hosting classes. I'm so excited about that as well. Um, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. And so, you know, we again have the responsibility to take care of ourselves. Our self-care is a must. It's no longer an option. You have to have self care. And what I said last night was to be true. I wasn't taught anything about self care. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a word that was on my vocabulary list on any of my spelling tests. Okay. So I don't know about you, but I didn't learn self care till later on in life. And I was a workaholic. Being a workaholic caused me to develop some bad habits, one of which is not paying attention to what's going on with my body, just dismissing everything. Because as a Black woman, that's what I was taught to do. You suck it up, you keep it
Right.
moving, you work, and you provide. That's all you do. You don't complain about what's going on. And even more further into that, it wasn't just that, it was the fact that my family line of women had a history of issues of the womb. And so every last one of them that I knew of had had a hysterectomy at some point in their life.
Mhm.
But they had had all of their children, okay? And at, you know, certain point, they had hormonal issues and all these things. And so hysterectomy became just a very common thing. Heavy cycles became a very common thing in my family. And so again, that transferred over to me. At a very young age, I had those same very bad cycles. And eventually, I had what I call some blood monsters, fibroids, which is a non cancerous uterine tumor that took over my life. It rocked my world so bad, right? That I was literally the walking dead. If you ever saw that show before, that was me. Because I continued to dismiss the signs and symptoms, and because my doctors did as well, because that's the normal thing for women of color to go through that.
Mhm.
And then, of course, I
Right.
began to normalize it as well. But later on in life, I decided that I was going to really break those generational curses and cycles, and I was not going to be able to just take the okey doke of them saying, "Hey, you're gonna go ahead on and have that hysterectomy, right? Because this is what's going on with your body." I refused, and I decided that I was going to heal naturally, even though I did have to have surgery to remove the fibroids because they had gotten so large they had taken over my entire uterus. Um, However, the doctors said that I would bleed out if I had the surgery. I would not live. Um, and my only solution was a hysterectomy. However, there was one specialist, after going to many, getting those second, third, fourth opinions, that said, you know what, I will take your case. And she did. Not only did she do the surgery, she did several of them, and she did a non-invasive procedure called a myomectomy, which is where they go in with a laparoscopic camera and they perform the procedure robotically, and they remove pieces of the fibroid. Okay, and so my healing journey didn't start there; it started after that. And this Caucasian woman told me, as a woman of color, that I needed to really get back to my roots. And what that means was that I had perm in my hair, using a lot of chemicals. And she said her research indicated that women of color is most affected because all the products that we use, remember, a generational curse of perms, generational curse of using Fabuloso and all these different plug-ins and fragrances with all of these chemicals in it. And again, so many things that we pass on, right?
Mhm.
So many things that we pass on. And I decided to do something different. Along the way, I came across some things because I said, you know, I have to be mindful about what I put on my body.
That's it.
And about 6 years ago, I found this company. Okay. I'm an OG. I'm an OG to this company. Nobody knew about it back then. And you may be able to find some digital print of me out there promoting this company because I used to do a little summer school thing with some of my mentees, and we would do a little educational session with some of these products. But nevertheless, right, um, this company has been a game changer in just me transitioning to some of the products that I had, again being mindful about what I'm putting on my body. And so
Mm,
let's take this time, right, CC, to have a conversation about that, because I don't think the people understand how important it is to really do the research
that's
on
right.
what you're
That's right.
using.
That is so true. And the thing is that like you were saying, those chemicals, those different perms, even those soaps, different things that you put on your body, it can harm your body. Over a period of time, it's going through the skin, it's a toxin. And you're trying to figure out why you're having the migraines. You're trying to figure out why your hair is shedding. You're trying to figure out why your hair is coming out, and it's like basically, and then when you start going to the physician, now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it, but by the time you start going to the physician, and then they're going to give you something else, and then before you know it, you got something else for you to take. You put in a lot of different things inside of your body, and all you had to do is just really do the research and figure it out yourself. With me battling lupus, with me battling neuropathy and so many other different things, even like you were saying, I had problems with fibroids, you know and a long time ago I heard the Holy Spirit say, don't put that in your hair. So I stopped getting a perm. I stopped a lot of toxins. I started wearing my hair natural. And before you know it, my hair started growing. It started thriving. It started like acting like, whoa, my skin. With me being in my mid 50s, a lot of people be like, girl, your skin is flowing, it's glowing, it's this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you. And I share a lot of natural and plant based products that I use, which is awesome. And like you say, if you do the research and find out what you're using or find out what's behind these different things, yeah, it'll make a big difference. It'll make a big difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. So look, without further ado, do we gotta just, tell the people about this amazing company, right? Pharmacy,
Mhm.
just like going to the pharmacist, right? This is your natural pharmacy here, okay? So I'm operating a lot of technical things in the background right now, but I just want to show you guys, okay? This is me over here. If y'all can see me, I just want to show you guys some of these products. And not only the products, I want to show you myself. So if you've been following my journey, y'all been trying to drop this fluff for a long time. Okay. When you're dealing with hormonal issues and imbalances, you know that your weight will fluctuate. And I have been very transparent about that journey, right? Losing a lot of weight in the beginning, gaining a lot of weight in the middle, and again, coming out of this thing, right, with this amazing company pharmacy with these products that are helping women with these issues, right? With the hot flash issues, okay, with the issues of the cycle, which I need to take my supplement right now while I'm thinking about it, right? And y'all know I love me some good tea. So let's get into some of this. And let me just show y'all, okay? I'm gonna show y'all this. This is me, okay? This is me. This is the effects of what these products can do for you, okay? And so I had to step out, y'all, because typically I'm in my workout clothes, I'm moving around, right? I'm just dressed casual, but this is the effects of what this can do. Yes, I'm working out, I'm taking care of myself, but there are some amazing products that we have here. Y'all saw me with the you saw me. You saw me with the fragrances. Y'all, we have everything that you can think of, from toothpaste to, again, like I said, I'm an OG, y'all. So this was my first lipstick, and it's what I have on now, because I don't wear makeup. So a little goes a long way. It's very creamy, it's moist, and it's just an amazing lipstick. And even more so now, I don't do lashes. Okay? Y'all see my lashes? That's my lashes. But it is our mascara that I have here. Okay? Again, I'm a woman that had issues of the womb, heavy cycles, and all those things, this is my go-to every single day. Every single day, I don't miss. I take these stuff. Again, for my clients, for myself, I use this every single day. This is our paprika and chili massage gel. I wonder if you need some of that. But I use it every single day. Cramps, um, just recovery from working out. There's so many great uses for skin tightening, for resting big, for so many different things. Of course, I have in my cup right now. Y'all see this? Get into this. Y'all get into this. All right. This is our tea. This is our tea. So tea in here. Okay. I also have our L-carnitine in here as well, which is an apple and peach flavor. I have that in there. And then I also have some of our aloe glow, which is super good for digestion, and it's good if you have issues where you can't go to the bathroom, you need a pillow. This will help you go. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to share that. And CC, you know anything about any of those?
Oh, of course, of course. Now, you were talking about the paprika. I use the chestnut, the massage gel. So, and like you say, it helps with a lot of people use it, for that weight loss as well, because what it does, it get down into the cell and it helps break down all of that little fatty stuff, okay? But baby, I use it for pain release, pain management. I rub it on at night. I rub it on, honey. The aromatherapy is so good. It makes me feel real good, okay? And then on top of that, I do my
Yes.
mushroom coffee. Now, I love my mushroom coffee. I can drink my mushroom coffee cold, and that's one thing that I absolutely love, and affordability and being able to make that extra money on my own product that I even purchased. So you can't, it's awesome. Another thing is that my gummies, my vitamins, my multivitamins, my multi-complex vitamin, you know, okay, this baby right here
Mhm.
is great, and it's good. And then on top of that, what we were talking about earlier, you know, I have the Beauty Booster, which is a collagen. Okay, I mix that in my mushroom coffee, or either I'll put it in my protein shake, or either I'll mix it with a little juice, and you can't tell me nothing. All right. And I love that they have these
Glory.
canisters, which this right here, very good. Like Tabitha Brown would say, very good. Okay.
Very good.
So, but yes, you have it has collagen 1 and 3 inside of it with the hydraulic acid and vitamin C. It's a dietary supplement. So it's definitely going to help you, and it's going to help build that bone. It's going to help you where you need it. So, and then, like you say, there's tons more. The numerous of mascaras. I have a little cheek color on today, okay? And my skincare
Okay.
product, the tea tree. I use my tea tree skincare product, and I love it. I love how it lathers up on my skin. I love how it detox my skin. Yeah, even it's everything about it. I love it. I love this product.
Yes, and you
Yeah.
are glowing, honey. You know you are glowing,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
that's what it's about. It really is about us really just making the decision that we are going to heal from our crown to the bottom of our feet. You know, healing is just not something that's just a topical thing. We can just put something on it, and a lot of times they just want you to
Right.
band-aid the situation. It is a whole transformation, and it is not an overnight thing. By all means, it is not. But when you can do the process and you make it fun, that's what I love about it. You can make it fun and get creative with these amazing products for your health journey. It doesn't have to be square, black and white from a book and all board, because you're not going to be consistent with it. You're not. But when you have a community, and that's what I love about pharmacy, we have an amazing community of support support as well. Because again, what works for me may not work for you, and the things that I'm dealing with,
That's right.
you may not be dealing with. So, like she mentioned, she's doing the horse gel, okay, which is amazing as well. And you put those two together, honey, watch out, okay. And then I have this other one that I use, the paprika and chili, but yet we are still using products to help us heal. They're natural. They're not causing us side effects. They're not causing us other problems that we're having to concern ourselves with. And then we're taking back our buying power. That's the biggest thing. Because again, what company out there that you can call anybody within the company, right? To get information about the products that they have, okay? Have conversation about it, right? See the product, feel the product, go to the product factories, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
I
it.
don't know any companies out there that's doing it. And then they give so much. They give so much back to us. And so again, everything that I was using before, a lot of things that I had thrown out, it's full of chemicals. I can use our own toothpaste, which I showed y'all. If y'all saw
Yes.
my live, you saw I didn't even think about the fact that I changed my toothpaste. And again, I'm using a lot of herbs already, right? That it would pull out the crown, the metal crown that I have. And that's one of the things, when you put in herbs into your body, it will detox you from the inside out. So, honey, that crown is gone. It's not in here. It's empty. Okay, we got a tongue that can pass right through that hole. Okay, it's out of there. It was removed, released. And so again, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful because it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. So again,
Right.
I'm thinking about all the other things that could be there. And then look at this. Look at this, that we have the ability to have these great products that we can use now. And again, so many amazing testimonies from all of these products, from you name it. And I'm gonna have to share one later. I'll put it on my page in reference to this L-carnitine, one of my clients that has issues with cholesterol. But when I tell you, when those doctors tell you it can't be done, you have to have faith. You have to have faith, and you have to know that, hey, if I tap in to natural resources and I do my part, I can be healed.
That's it.
I can definitely be healed.
And not only
Yeah.
just for the women, but the men. We have
Mm,
products, and the thing is that to get that blood circulating down below. You know what I'm saying? We're adults here. So, my thing
that's
is
right.
that if you are, a diabetic, if you got issues and stuff like that, we have product that is going to help you where it needs to be helped. We got products that's natural products that is good for you, that's going to help your metabolism, that's going to help the vitamin C, that's going to help you if you have an immune issue that you constantly getting sick or colds or different things, or even like I say, if you are a truck driver or a male that sits all the time or have problems below, we even have products that's going to help get that blood flowing.
Absolutely. I love the men's products. I really do. Um, Especially the colognes. So
Mm,
y'all ladies, Valentine's Day is just around the corner, y'all. And again, like I said, our company has some great promotion. Just today, if you purchase from us today, right, you get $75 or more. You get a whole luxury package. You can choose whatever you want. Okay.
that's
So
it.
again, just in time for the holidays, right? This is one of my favorite men's cologne here. Y'all look at that. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at the bottle. How beautiful that is, right? So that's a sexy bottle. I don't know, y'all. That's a sexy bottle. Ooh. And again, super affordable. And I don't know about UCC, but I don't like when everybody have the same scent on. I don't like it. So I like
Exactly.
different. I love different fragrances, and I love when people ask me what
Hmm.
am I wearing, and I'm like, it's a combination of things, because probably I didn't use essential oils at the house. Now I have our perfume. It could be a combination of things when it comes to me. It could even be, the fresh lemon and limes that I use whenever I'm making my tea blends. It could be whole things, but yet everything is natural. And if I can spray this and lick it and don't have to call the hazmat truck, and I'm still good, that's when you know it's good, right?
That's right.
That's when you
That's
know it's
right.
good. This is another one. This is Deep Horizon. I love this. It's like a earthy type, manly. Ooh, just manly. So yeah,
Yes, I'm
we
like
have
clock
enough
it
fun.
because baby, when Mister put it on, honey, okay, I'd be like,
Oh, yes. Yes, yes. And you mentioned Tabitha Brown, and I just want to say, y'all, hold that thought, Tabitha Brown. Just hold that, okay? Hold that before we leave. Tabitha Brown. Remember that name. Just remember. I know that's my girl. Remember that. So
uh,
yeah. But nevertheless, I am super excited that you had an opportunity, even on the road, to come and spend some time here with us here for our Super Saturday Self Care Virtual Shopping Extravaganza. You dropped so many great gems, and I do hope that people really tap in. I'm going to go ahead on and get this back up on the screen as well again for Black Girl Therapy. Join the group, y'all. Join, come on in. There is an abundance,
yes,
like I said, of resources there. We definitely would love to have you a part of the community. And again, as you can see, we're not just about that, right? We have a whole partnership together as well. And we are really, we live in the life that we are talking about. We're not just talking fluff. We're living the life, and we're doing so in our healing process. Guess what? We're getting paid to do it. We're getting paid. Can you say get paid? We're getting paid to do it.
getting
Get paid
paid.
to do it.
Yes,
Okay. CC over there working. Well, yeah, she working. She working that. She working this. She working. That's what we call multiple stream of income. Okay. I got 3 text messages between the event last night and this morning in reference to a government shutdown. I don't watch the news. Okay. Except to watch the weather when I'm on the road. I do not watch the news. They're talking about this stuff again. Here we go again. And all of this in 2026. Okay. It is not an option. It is not an option for you to have one income stream. Okay. It's not an option, especially if you have a family. Okay. If you are responsible for anybody else other than yourself, you have to have multiple income streams so that no matter what's going on in the world, okay, you're making that good money while you sleep. If you have a smartphone, it should be smart and not dumb. It should be
that's
smart.
right.
It should be
A
making money for you. You
residual,
should be able to make money from this.
residual. That's right.
Residual, that's the key. Generational wealth, that's the key. That's the key because we wouldn't have a lot of the mental illness that we had if we wouldn't have all these financial burdens and hardships. We wouldn't have a lot of the situations of homelessness if we had
Oh,
those multiple income streams, and we wasn't one paycheck away from being homeless.
right,
I don't know about y'all, but that's a bad feeling
right.
to put your life, your livelihood, your children's livelihood, take care of your parents, your elderly parents as well. And you're relying on one check. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable in 2026. If you
That's
have a
right.
child that's able-bodied, guess what? They can be an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
They can be an influence. Okay. You may say, you know what, I don't know how to, do the technology thing, but yet every time you look, right, you got one that's on the tickety tock. Okay. Every time you look, there's one that's doing some reels. Every time you look, she going in your purse and getting your lipstick and putting it on. It's easy, just like that.
That's
Just like
it.
that. Just being yourself, just putting yourself out there. So if you are thinking that, hey, I could do this, right? If not for the money, do it for you. Okay? Do it for your health and make this journey a fun journey so that you're looking good, you're feeling good, and guess what? Your bank account's looking good too. Right? Okay. Well, we're here. We're here for you. We are here for you. We have the support system. We have a community. You heard a global. Okay. And again, if not this, Cece just told y'all she got a logistics transportation company, a fleet trucks, not a truck. Okay. You may need to
That's right.
connect with her. This is what it's about. We can't be gatekeepers. We can't keep things to ourselves. We have to be able to share things. I truly believe that that's the only way we receive our blessings is to be able to share, share, share. Because you just never know who's sitting there saying, I've been wanting to, see about trying to get a truck, or what do I need to do to get my CDL, or, how does that even work? Or what does it look like? Through conversation. I always say, conversations are
Exactly.
so very powerful. You just never know. And you, who would have thought, right? That I knew somebody. Y'all don't be thinking. I know people. I tell y'all this. I know people that know people that know people. And I don't know about your generation, but that's the generation I'm from, where word of mouth, it was the only way. We didn't have cell phones, okay? And even the landline phones could only do so much. But it was us getting out there on the dirt roads, out there on the streets, talking to people, helping each other in our time of need. When you help your neighbor with a slice of bread, with a loaf of bread, with some of your food, with some of your leftovers, and you share
That was that
and you share.
village. That was that village back then. You remember that village? They used to say it
Oh,
takes a
yeah.
village. When my mother was working two jobs, and my neighbor, she seen us outside, and she would call. She'd be like, "Wait a second, y'all go back in that house, or have you ate anything?" That was that village. Now people don't look at that. But the thing is, like you say, it takes a village. We have to go back to that. It takes a village. And we need to be able to, like you say, we can't gatekeep. If there's a sister, if there's a brother that need help or whatever, or structure or understanding or guidance, because closed mouths don't get fed. You got to be able to say, you know what, I want this, but I don't know how to get started. That is when you ask questions, and it is okay to ask these questions. You have to find out for not only your sake, but your family. You can't live a life of robbing Peter to pay Paul no more. You can't do that. So, the Bible speaks about multiple streams of income. Why you shouldn't have that? You want peace, you want guidance, you want financial blessings. You want to be, listen, even if it's making some change to be able to get out, or get out of your town for a weekend, enjoy vacation, or go and treat yourself to something nice. Go to the movies if you need that extra. But the thing is that there's multiple streams of income. My mom, like you said, my mom never, I never knew anything about self care. I knew about pain. I knew about watching her work her fingers into the grave, and everything else, blood, sweat, and tears. But the thing is that you have to want it bad enough to be able to say, guess what? I refuse to live 2026 in poverty, into a life of discomfort, into, what the world want me to live in. And like you say, being able to have a company, you might not be able to franchise a McDonald's or anything like this, but affordability to be able to be an influencer, and it's going to fill your pocketbook or your bank account, because baby, it's definitely doing it. If you want to go to Punta Cana, if you want to go to Jamaica, I just got my passport, and baby, Brazil is on the list, different places is on the list, and I'm excited about it. But we have to
Yes.
have an open mind, and we have to live without the fear. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. And you have to want it
That's
bad
right.
enough to say, guess what? I'm going. I'm going to do this. Not only for myself, but for my children. If you don't have children, do it for yourself. You are
That's right.
entitled to get out of your state, out of your town. There's so many people that is in their 40s and their 50s ain't never been out of the state that they live in, you know, or out of the country, or on a vacation, or have went shopping. You are entitled. to live your life.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much, CC, for spending some time with us this morning, and especially on that road. She's driving in the snow, y'all, in the snow. Oh my goodness. Bless your heart. Well, continue to definitely be safe on that road. And again, we appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
and the best is yet to come. I definitely am excited about our new endeavors, right? And
Yes.
it's just it's a family affair. I tell you, it's a family affair with everything that we do. So it just feels good to have a beautiful support system and to have people that understand and know what it's like me, in order to go through some things, right, and make a decision to come out on the other side of things. So again, thank you so much, CC. Be careful.
Thank
All
you for
right.
having me. God bless. I'll be watching you on the other
Absolutely.
side.
God bless. All right. All right. Oh my God. That was so amazing, y'all. And she said some things that really hit close to home. But the main thing is that I remember one day I was so sick. I was so sick. I mean, I had been to so many doctors and gotten so many different diagnoses. And I was so disoriented. And I had a conversation with God, and I was like, you have these conversations with God, but I was like, God, you put me in a right frame of mind, and you guide me on this path to healing. And I promise you, if you give me that clarity that I need in order to get through this next phase of my life, I promise you that I'm not only going to pour back into myself like I'm supposed to and really learn, because I needed to learn what self-care was. And I'm going to learn what it means to really truly love myself. And I promise that if you do that for me, that I am going to create a space and a place where people can be able to heal naturally. And I'm also going to rid myself of, because at the time I was working in these systems that frowned upon uh bringing in anything in reference to spirituality, religion, any of that into the healer in process, and they just wanted to write prescriptions, and I refused. And I said, I'm going to detach myself from that, because I know that's not of you, God. And I promise you that I'm going to go back to the roots of what I know to be true, the way I was brought up, with fresh herbs and fruits and vegetables, and just tapping back into nature and all those things that I forgot about over the years because it was just non-essential. And again, I wasn't taught to do that in corporate America. I wasn't taught to do that in the medical field, right? Everything was about a dollar. But I'm so happy that I made a decision. And again, if you've been following me, you know that this has been a journey. This self-care has been a journey for me. So these self-care Saturdays, it's a real thing. It's a real thing for me. It is definitely a lifestyle, and do not I do not take it lightly. And I hope you don't either, because there is going to come a time that you're going to have to make a decision, a tough decision, right? Are you going to be prepared to do that? Are you going to have the right support system, the right community to do that? Are you going to have the finances to do that? Think about it. You don't have to go through this process by yourself. Again, we have some dynamic, phenomenal guests that's coming on, that's going to be sharing with you more tools to put in your toolkit. Now, it's great to have, your hammer and your screws and your nails at home, but it's even better to have some other things that can assist you whenever you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. When you feel as though that dark cloud is around you and is just following you wherever it goes. When you feel like you've tried everything that they've recommended for you to try, and those things are not working. When you're looking at your bank accounts and it's constantly being depleted. It's already gone. You've already calculated it. It's already gone. Before you even get it, when you're sitting there looking at it, your job, and you're saying, do I have PTO? Can I take PTO? Do I have sick time? Well, wait, vacation. I haven't been on a vacation, a trip. When you start to have to negotiate those things, it's time to make a change. And it's time to connect, as I mentioned last night, to the right source. It's time to plug in to the right source, because the sources that you've been plugged into, they haven't been good for you. They haven't been pleasing and perfect. And you're still in the same position you were in 2 years ago, 3 years ago, some of you maybe 20 years ago, and you're singing the same song, the same song. I can't want it. I can't want it more than you. Although I do many of the times. And if you're my client or you're in my healing circle, y'all know I tell y'all this all the time. I be wanting so bad for y'all, because I know what it feels like on the other side of anxiety. I know what it feels like on the other side of depression and diagnosis, right? And losing hair. I know what it feels like. So it's possible, it can happen, but you have to want it. And don't worry about what it's going to look like on the other side. You can't worry about who's going to say, "Oh, girl, you okay? You okay? You looking kind of, right? Looking a little small, right?" Yeah. I don't have a turkey neck. And I'm proud of that. Right? Y'all see me. Right? I'm proud of this. Like, I'm accomplishing my goals. Right? When y'all saw me and I was really small, you were like, "Oh, girl, you look so good." But oh, girl, I wasn't healthy. I was looking amazing. Yeah. On the outside, but on the inside, that fibroid was growing, and I was literally pale. Really, pretty much didn't have any more blood in my body by the time I got to COVID. Had to ship blood from all kind of hospitals. Blood, but I wasn't healthy. Society places all these things on us about how we're supposed to look, because some of us need to gain some weight for our health, right? Not just lose weight. I needed to gain some weight. All right. And now I'm at a healthy state. I'm over 40 years old, over 40. And fabulous. And pain-free. And not on anybody's medications, even though they go. But I against my word. Okay. So let's keep it moving, y'all. We have too many great people on here to, again, keep this to ourselves. Our next guests are backstage waiting to come on in. I can't see them, so hopefully they are able to show their glory. All right. So I can see a little bubble. Nevaeh and Sade, are you available? Are you here? Are you live? Oh, yes. Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. Doing great.
Wonderful. Okay, there is some sun shining in back of y'all. Are you able to adjust your camera or where there's
We
not
can
such a
we can
glare?
we can adjust ourselves. Let's go this way.
Okay.
Okay, give us just a second.
You all good. Y'all, this is what it looks like on a Saturday. It's a self-care day for me. So it has no pressure. And this is what it looks like. It should look like this for you on a self-care Saturday, where you are just chilled and unbothered. But I'm excited about these next guests. They from my hometown. They are from my hometown. Oh, much better.
Better.
Much better. All right. Well, welcome, 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 Queens.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. All right. So let the people know who you are.
I'm Neville Sam. I opened up a business called Pick the Time with Neville. Um, I also have 3 books that I have wrote. They're $10 a piece. These are my 3 different books. So yeah. And my name is Sade. I'm Nevaeh's mom. I'm her momager. Uh, I am a daycare owner of a 24-hour center here in Opelousas, Louisiana.
Yes. Well, welcome to the both of you, y'all. These are my hearts. They are from my hometown, and I absolutely love them. They are doing some amazing things. I am so proud of Nevaeh. She's one of my little mentees, y'all. And yeah, I got a notification that she had a book or something out. I was literally relocating to Vegas at the time. So I had to reach out. I said, as soon as and I start doing events again, I'm gonna definitely come on and bring them on, and the way they can share the amazing things that they have that's going on. So tell us about your books.
Stop the first one. Yeah, we can. Or just in general. So basically, all of my books are about my upbringing with art and like what I went through throughout my art career. This is my autobiography. I also have 2 animated versions. Um, Preferably, this is my best one, my favorite one. I love this book the most, but you know, I enjoy doing art. I enjoy creating art. I started doing art at like 2 years old, I believe. So when I got into school, they put me into a gifted program for me to do art, and I just prospered in it. So my mom always backed me up, of course, and we went to Atlanta, and I opened up my own business, which is called Nevaeh's Creative Canvas. I have a portable building where we come to you. It's like painting with a twist, but on wheels. And I opened up my book at the same time. So I don't know. Just became a mini entrepreneur at the age of 13. I'm currently 16 now. So about 3 years I've been pursuing in this. And the last book that she did, St. Landry Parish, Read Across America, um, they adopted this one right here. So I think this is one of our favorites. I agree with her. This is one of my favorites too.
To get off of mute first, but I love it. I am.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? I was just on mute. You hear me now? I can hear myself.
The
Can y'all
volume.
hear me? You said the volume is low. Is it better?
Okay,
Is it
hear
better? Is it better? You can't hear me? Okay, let me see what's going on. I was on mute. I was just on mute. Oh, I can hear myself. So it might be on your end,
We can't
but
hear
I can
you.
hear me on the yeah, I can hear me on the feed here. So let me send them a message here. I can't hear the live. I hope they can see the message there. It may be their device, but yeah, I can hear me. So we're just gonna keep moving. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna remove myself. All right, is that better? Can you hear me now?
We can't hear her though.
Yeah, okay. Uh, better? Nope, nope, nope. All right. I'm going to have them go out and then maybe come back in, and that'll help. Because sometimes that does happen. Um, all right, let's see if they can.
Yes,
Guys?
ma'am.
Okay, great. Sometimes that happens where the feed drops, but it was still active on the live. I can hear everything on the live. So it happens from time to time. I was saying that I definitely have to get all of them in my library so that but people need to know how to be able to get copies. So how can they get copies of your book?
So these two right here is actually on Amazon. But we also have them on hand also. So if they would like to do Amazon, they could do Amazon. And it's underneath Nevaeh Sam, Nevaeh Painting the Town, and Painting the Town with Nevaeh. That's the two different ones. And if they would like to purchase them directly from her, you would just give us a call at 337-308-8742. And that's the same with this one. So this one was printed local. This is why this is our baby. She was able to do everything hands on with Entrepreneur here. So if you would like to purchase this one, you would give us a direct call at 337-308-8742, and she would ship it to you.
Okay, very good. And then whenever you get a chance, ladies, if you could just go back to this feed and drop your
It
link.
dropped again. I don't know why I keep doing it.
Uh-oh.
It's hard for us to hear again.
Okay. Let me see.
You have to leave out and come back in again. Let's see.
All right, they're gonna leave out and come back in again. So I'll get them to drop the link to the actual books on Amazon in the chat as well. But of course, if you type in her name, Nevaeh Sam, you should be able to find the books on Amazon. You can also definitely contact me if you need to get access to locating those books. But again, Nevaeh and Sade, if you can hear me.
We can hear you now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Whenever you get a chance, just go to this broadcast. If you can, just drop the Amazon links in the chat, and that way people can just click on it directly to make their purchases for the books. That would be great.
Okay.
Okay, very good. And so, Nevaeh, I remember you. Oh my goodness, you used to always just doodle and doodle and doodle all the time. some beautiful, beautiful artwork. And art is such a therapeutic thing, and I always encourage it. My little drawings ain't the best, but I do, doodle. I'm a doodler. I love to write. But how do you help other young people with art if they're interested in art? What type of advice would you tell them just to help them, like, with life, and how does art help with that?
I would say if they're interested in art and they want to do it, I would say to look into with the school systems because they really do have a good program for them to join into. But also, if they're into art, I would tell them to not doubt themselves because you can't doubt yourself, especially when you sit next to somebody else and they can do something that you can't do. Because I can't draw everything. I like to tell people like I don't draw well. I don't draw people well. But if I sit in front of a cartoon character, I could draw that. So like it would be best if you would know your genre and know exactly what you want to pursue in art. Because the people like I had an art teacher at MACA, Miss Reed. Miss Reed understood what our strengths and weaknesses were. And she worked with us on our weaknesses and with our strengths, she know we'll be better in some prospects. So if you are interested in art, I would say look into what suits you best. Don't sit next to the next person and say, "Oh, well, he could draw a person and I can't, so I'm not a good artist." That don't mean that you're not a good artist. That just means that y'all different in aspect. Because I had a friend when I was in the gifted program that he would sit down and he could draw a whole person, and I would be sitting there looking confused because I couldn't do that. But then I had to realize my strengths were drawing cartoon characters or animated people. I was well at doing it. I was good at doing that. So once I noticed what was my strength and once I was confident in it, I worked on that and I became what I am today.
And that you became a beautiful, beautiful young lady. So such gifted and talented. And I'm just so happy let the gift go to waste. A lot of time we let our gift go to waste. And at such a precious age that you identified it, but having a great support system helps tremendously in that process as well. And someone who better, right? That love with children, right? That they even developed a business to be able to work with children all the time. Mommy, how do you do it? And how do you stay grounded with your self-care running a daycare?
Lots and lots of prayers. But if you love what you do, it's not work. I wake up every morning and I enjoy what I'm doing so it doesn't feel like work. I can be there to open up and close in the afternoon and it doesn't bother me because I actually love what I do. So Neville has the traveling art studio and she also allows us to use her art studio as a daycare on wheels also. So like if you have a birthday party, a wedding, any type of event and you do not allow children to go inside of your party, we go to the venue and we keep the kids. So we entertain the kids, we have games, we feed them, we it's like a whole shebang while you are enjoying yourself. So your kids are well taken care of. They enjoying themselves while you enjoying yourself too. So it's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, again.